Do you still remember Venerable Dark Phantom? He was the mysterious powerhouse personally invited by King Jinyan to intimidate King Nightmare Candle and ordered the release of Luo Feng, who had been falsely accused and trapped in the treasure theft incident. You might wonder, King Nightmare Candle, as the only son of Venerable Fire Erosion, had been pampered and indulged since childhood. Arrogant and overbearing by nature, he had always acted in a domineering and unruly manner. Logically speaking, even if he had disobeyed orders and killed Luo Feng without permission, he would at most have received a scolding or symbolic imprisonment in a Starfield prison, with the matter eventually brushed aside. So why was he so fearful of Venerable Dark Phantom? The reason is simple, because even someone as powerful as Venerable Fire Erosion held deep respect for Venerable Dark Phantom. In fact, while Venerable Gui advanced to the stage of a universe overlord by cultivating secret techniques created by Shi Luo Duo, Venerable Dark Phantom rose entirely through his own comprehension. He created his own amplification secret technique that altered his physical structure, honing his body into a terrifying killing machine. His ultimate techniques were not only immensely powerful but also perfectly attuned to his own body, allowing him to unleash a combat strength far beyond what could be achieved by relying on others' methods. He was like a demon born in darkness. True to his title Dark Phantom, and also the Virtual Universe Company's undisputed god of slaughter, a universe overlord whose name struck fear into countless powerful beings. His strength was even said to rival that of the Tian Palace Master, and he was definitely not someone Venerable Fire Erosion could afford to provoke. King Nightmare Candle knew very well that when Venerable Dark Phantom spoke, no matter how unwilling he felt, he had no choice but to obey and obediently release Luo Feng. Do you still remember Venerable Undying, who appeared during the battle over Earth's ownership? Have you ever wondered why, even within the virtual universe, the oppressive aura released by Venerable Undying still made Luo Feng feel an intense sense of pressure? In fact, the Venerable Undying is a universe overlord-level powerhouse, on par with the Tian Palace Master. However, unlike Venerable Dark Phantom, Venerable Undying's combat strength, while slightly superior to that of Venerable Fire Erosion, still falls short of Venerable Dark Phantom's. His status as an equal to the Tian Palace Master doesn't come from sheer might, but from the one ability that strikes fear into all, that is, his undying nature. You may have noticed that many powerhouses carry rather peculiar titles. Take King Nightmare Candle for instance. Why choose Candle as part of the name? In fact, these titles are usually not their real names, but honorary titles granted upon breaking through to the King Immortal level. They often derive from their signature techniques or weapons were it sometimes self-chosen, sometimes bestowed by other King Immortal level beings. In the case of King Nightmare Candle, his real name is Cha Luo. His title originates from a powerful treasure worn on his head that, once activated, can plunge enemies into terrifying nightmares. As an immortal with fire attributes, his skill in controlling fire is average, so Candle symbolizes his flame-based power. It might also imply the victim's desperate yearning for a sliver of light amidst endless nightmares. Then there's Venerable Nine Swords. Clearly, no one would call themselves Nine Swords without good reason. This title stems from his iconic and fearsome weapons and also reveals his identity as a spiritual master. After all, only spiritual masters can simultaneously control multiple weapons with precision, which something physical-type warriors typically cannot do. As for the Venerable Undying, bearing the title Undying speaks volumes. Powerhouses are proud beings. If one's title is unearned, it would only draw ridicule or hostility. In the long river of time, aside from cultivation and treasures, the only things worth a strong being's obsession are reputation and status. What makes the Venerable Undying so feared is the fact that he once escaped from the hands of a universe master. It is worth mentioning that the purity of a universe master's divine power is at least 100 times greater than that of a universe venerable. Even most universe overlords would face certain death under such power, but the Venerable Undying survived. As a direct disciple of the founder of Hugh Jack's dojo, he should have held a position of great prestige. However, due to his reclusive nature and poor social skills, his influence in the Hugh Jack's dojo was even less than that of Venerable Fire Erosion. He was far more passionate about exploration, frequently venturing into forbidden zones that even universe venerables dared not approach, and time and again, he returned alive. That is precisely why, even though his combat power may not rival the Tian Palace Master, his overall strength and deterrence are on par. After all, no one wants to provoke an unkillable enemy, as any grudge formed could very well lead to catastrophic revenge. Are you curious why, whenever universe overlords are mentioned, the Tian Palace Master, or also known as the Lord of Tian Palace, is always the point of comparison? One reason is that he was the very first universe overlord the protagonist encountered. More importantly, the Tian Palace Master is indeed incomparably powerful. Before Luo Feng's rise, he was arguably the most renowned universe overlord among the human race, and even among the myriad races of the universe, his name commanded fear and respect. You may have noticed that, unlike other universe overlords who are generally referred to as venerable, he is instead addressed as master or lord. For long-lived powerhouses, nothing matters more than reputation and status, and a title is the embodiment of both. The fact that the Tian Palace Master held dominion over the Blood River world for billions of years without defeat is itself a form of deterrence. Some might question whether guarding a world like Blood River continent, which didn't even have king immortals capable of teleportation, truly reflects his strength. In fact, Blood River crystals weren't just immensely helpful to Luo Feng when he was still at the universe or domain master level, they were equally valuable to universe venerables. In fact, all human cultivators are limited by a 100-fold life gene level before they break through to and reach universe master. However, the power of the Blood River crystals could temporarily transform one's genetic structure, multiplying their strength several times in an instant. Theoretically, if enough Blood River crystals are fused, even a high-level universe venerable could break past their base strength limits and ascend to the universe overlord level. Of course, this assumes the cultivator can withstand the brutal will of slaughter infused in the Blood River power and possesses a body strong enough to bear it. Tempted by such incredible power, without a strong deterrent in place, universe venerables would surely have turned the place into a bloodbath in their scramble for the crystals. Human universe venerables may still fear the authority of the virtual universe company and restrain themselves, but alien races may not care about the human race's dignity. If there is no powerful figure guarding a universe secret realm, alien races may take the risk. Once the potential gains far outweigh the risks, they naturally won't back down. After all, space-type venerables can silently teleport thousands of light-years. Without a top-tier powerhouse personally stationed there, by the time subordinates detect the intruder's presence, it may already be too late. This is precisely why the Tian Palace Master is able to guard one of the human race's critical universe secret realms. His immense strength is evident. In fact, a top-tier universe overlord like the Tian Palace Master could easily kill a mid-tier universe venerable with just his mastery of the laws alone, without even relying on weapons. Using an upper law domain granted by the original universe and supplementing it with secret techniques, he could unleash the full potential of lower law. He wouldn't even need to burn his divine body to completely annihilate a mid-tier universe venerable. If he were to unleash his space domain and then channel his terrifying black flames which enhance through secret techniques to their extreme, anyone caught in the domain who touches the flames, even if protected by a treasure grade or top-tier armor, would perish within a few seconds if their divine body wasn't strong enough. And if he went a step further and used his weapon, he could eliminate even high-tier universe venerables like Venerable Fire Erosion in a single strike. A being of his caliber, even when facing newly ascended or low-tier universe masters, still possesses the power to contend with them. The secret techniques he created are often no less powerful than those wielded by these universe masters themselves. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching this video. Wish you a wonderful day.